All right, here's our haul. Our haul this week comes from our local freezer. This all came from my freezer. And so it is a no spend week. I had a recent New Year's Eve party we held at the home, and it included so many groceries. You can see that haul if you want. It's from Sam's and Walmart and Aldi, all of that haul in a previous video. So having spent that much money and having that many groceries for the big event meant I had a lot of things left over. And that means this week we could reduce the budget and save some money by eating and using what we already have. And so I'm going to go through those things. I'm going to show you what I found out of my freezer, and then I'll show you at the end the whiteboard of what I'm going to make. I'm also going to show you some things out of the fridge and the pantry as well. That's going to contribute to all of this and make up the menu for the week. Let's get started. Scallops. We have just a few remaining, the jumbo sea scallops. We have some jalapeno peppers, and I'm thinking about a casserole or something with those. We have some whole onions to use up and a bag of frozen broccoli florets, and I have lots of bread. I prepared some bread for the party and never used it, so this is like a crostini type of bread, a baguette that I sliced, and then I have some sourdough bread. I'm going to consolidate that, and then I have some focaccia bread left. So we're just going to consolidate that and use that up. Nice to have it in the freezer. It could be used at any time. It doesn't go to waste. Sea scallops. These are jumbo sea scallops, crunchy breaded, oven ready. I bought two packages of these. We did use one at the party, the New Year's Eve party, but didn't use this one. So that'll be great for a dinner for us, as well as this Atlantic salmon. Could kind of maybe combine that and have a whole meal of seafood, including some Chilean sea bass. So we still have that. And I do have more shrimp. I used about half of this bag of the raw shrimp for the party. So that left us with the remaining half that we can use for some meals this week. And I still have some frozen sliced potatoes. I'm not sure. We're going to have to get creative with that and see how we'll use those. But we also have 2 packages of meatballs. I found those on sale, so I still have that one left and this one here. So I think this one came from Walmart. This one came from a local grocery store that had it on sale. So 2 packages of meatballs. We have here these links, these bratwurst. I've had them in the freezer now. We've got to use those up, and I'm thinking, ooh, it just came to me. What if I make these potatoes, those links, and maybe a vegetable and do a sheet pan meal? I have some sauerkraut in the fridge. That might be a great, ooh, it just came to me. Potatoes, sausage, sauerkraut. Think we got something going there. All right, so we'll use those up. And then I did have some puff pastry. Just wanted to remind myself that we have this. So if I want to wrap some kind of meat, maybe I can wrap the meatballs, maybe make little beef Wellingtons. That'd actually be a great appetizer if there's something coming up. Keeping that in mind. All right, something that I bought from Aldi a while back and during the holiday season, but we still have this pork rack roast. It's going to be a great meal. We also have some chicken wings. Not sure we'll get to that this week, but I want to keep it on top of mind. We also have some chicken tenderloins, which I'm thinking maybe a nice casserole bake with that. Maybe with the jalapeno peppers, maybe turn it into jalapeno popper casserole. That's an option. All right, then we have the ground pork, and I also have these lamb ribs left. I really think we're going to concentrate on that. They've been in here a while. I have these pork carnitas that I bought from Aldi. It's a ready-made meal, so I just threw it in the freezer because I knew we wouldn't get to it right away. So that's going to be great. And then we have leftover pork belly. I just cut them in pieces and put them in the freezer. So now we can marinate those, throw them in the air fryer. And that's a great thing to have. And it won't take long to cook at all. So that's just out of the freezer. Lots of ideas coming to mind. We got plenty of seafood to use up. So we're going to go ahead now, look in our fridge and then our pantry to see what can accompany this. And then we'll check that whiteboard out for the menu. Okay, now let's do the same exercise in the fridge. We have some dressings. I also have this street corn dip that I got from Aldi and never used it at the party, so I could use that as an appetizer or something to whip up. I also have some different ingredients, and I'm going to write everything down on my pop-in planner page from Laurel Denise, and it's reusable and wipeable, and it fits right into my planner that I am going to write everything down that I see in my fridge, including some items in the cheese and meats. I have deli meats and cheeses to use up, and plenty of vegetables. I have cucumbers and celery and carrots, and we have some herbs here, some cilantro and rosemary, and also some parsley. So I'm gonna write all that out on this pop-in panel page, which I'll leave a link to it below. And this is so great for planning ahead. So now I know what I can work with and don't have to keep checking back into that freezer. Now let's go into the pantry, and I'm gonna see a couple items I can use, like these French fried onions. These are gonna be great in a casserole. And actually this rice, I have this tikka style rice that would be so great in a pinch. It's the microwavable pouch. That would be great as a side. I also took inventory of my larger pantry, found some quinoa and some rice to work with. I also found some other ingredients like 2 cans of coconut milk, a lot of Ritz crackers that I could use maybe to crumble on top of a casserole. I also found a can of cream of mushroom soup, which I don't usually have, so must be left over from Thanksgiving. And I have some other ingredients that I could work with here. So now that everything is compiled on my list, I'm ready to plan everything out. Now I have everything written out on this reusable insert, and I have, instead of shopping list, this is a running list of everything that I found in the freezer, the refrigerator, and the pantry that I can work with. This was a very helpful resource. Having this little whiteboard is so helpful in the process. And then on the other side, it did start listing out just to give myself an idea. But this is also going to be great for future weeks to kind of list out what could be used for the menu and also go into my planner so nicely. Now let's go to the whiteboard, because this is the active menu, the meals planned for the week. Monday, we're going to have a trifle salad, and then a hybrid takeout Tuesday. For some reason, we got ourselves in a habit of takeout Tuesday, but we're trying to reduce the cost. So that's going to be a takeout. So we are going to get chili from a local restaurant, and then I'm going to pair it with that bread I have and a salad kit I had in the fridge. So kind of a hybrid meal, saving some money, not full out takeout. Wednesday, lamb coconut curry with that tikka rice. Thursday, we're going to have the brat sauerkraut and the potatoes, that sheet pan meal. Friday is a chicken casserole, either the rice and soup or the jalapeno popper casserole. Saturday, we'll do seafood, scallops, shrimp, and I'll use that pasta and make like a cream sauce. That'll be so good. Lemon cream sauce. And then Sunday, a crock pot meal with meatballs, and I have some tortellini. And then just keeping in mind, in case any of this on the menu doesn't work out, some quick meals, breaded scallops, and those pork carnitas. So that's the menu, that's the meals for the week, that's the plan. Those are my continued resources, the whiteboard, and then this mini whiteboard, I call it, that goes into my planner that's going to be so super helpful for future planning weeks for the menus. I hope you found some inspiration by shopping out of your fridge, pantry, and freezer first before going to the store. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell. This way you're notified when I make the next video, which this is a sneak peek of all the recipes and the video I'll be making of the freezer purge. Thanks so much. I'll see you on that next video.